talent we have in our town. And our town has talent in abundance. It's just that we have to identify it and we have to bring it together to benefit us all. This is a slide showing all of the partners and agencies that One Ilfracombe is working with. It's a demonstration of how everyone wants to benefit our town by working together. The tradition in the past is that many agencies have had to follow their own agenda for all sorts of reasons and deliver projects that fit their particular requirement, but not necessarily connecting with other agencies who are working in our town. That's not to suggest they're not doing a good job, they are. But we believe there's a better way of actually delivering. And that requires all of the agencies and our schools working together, because the young people are our talent and they are our future, and they're going to help shape this town for the future. They have opinions, they have views, and we need to know those views and understand what those opinions are. Everyone in this room has an opinion, and we need to capture those opinions from you all, as well as the wider community, to understand what's important to our town, what's important to the people of our town, where our needs are, and where we want to drive the town for the future, to make it the prosperous place, the important town where other people want to live. And we are very, very fortunate that all of these partners are helping us to live up to and deliver our aspiration. So what is One Ilfracombe about? I think I may be going backwards here. Yes. It starts with the town council. In 2003, the town council was seen as somewhat of a pariah. Our partners working in town, such as local authorities, found it very difficult to communicate with the town council because the town council was fighting back. They were blaming everyone for everything that was going on in the town. I don't mean this as all councillors, but there were a selected group in the town council that dominated proceedings. And they were forcing the arguments. That made it very difficult. I've just killed the backbone. That made it very difficult for the town actually to get inward support and investment. So a number of local people, including myself and Linda and John and Rod and there's one or two others here, Janice, sorry, you should never start saying people's names, you're bound to forget somebody. We all decided that there was a better way of doing things. So we stood for election, it was a really hard-fought election, and we joined the town council. I don't think many of us or any of us really saw ourselves as having a role in some sort of civic duty. But we had a passion for our town. And we had a passion for the people, believing that we could do better things. So the town council started to modernise itself. And it managed to secure a significant grant to develop what is now the Ilfracombe Centre, which is the one-stop shop. There are meeting rooms there for businesses, and yes, it's the home of the town council as well. That was the start of our journey. Now we're at a stage where we are developing One Ilfracombe, because we had a strategic vision. Our vision was that we wanted to assume control and management of our town again. When I say we, I mean the community. I don't mean a group of councillors. So One Ilfracombe was conceived, it was supported by the government in a national pilot, and now we're going on from strength to strength, as you'll hear. So we have the town council at the heart of all of this. But our residents are equally important. The old ways of parish councils and town councils, and I spoke to many parish councils who would listen to what the people were saying, but take a decision that they thought was most appropriate. It's actually about what the residents say. That's what we've got to actually capture and understand. Now, we can't deliver everything that everyone wants, but we can get a census of what we believe is best for our town. So the residents are key in One Ilfracombe, and the town council's role in communicating with them better is also important. As you saw this evening, you know, we are working with our young people in our schools, and we've also done a lot of work with the junior school as well to develop relationships with them, and hopefully with their parents and with the teachers, and we can have a groundswell of communication, a two-way conversation with our residents. Then we have our businesses. They're key to the economy. It's not just tourism, but tourism is very, very important. We have two very important manufacturers in our town, and they employ a lot of people, and they actually do some very important work here. TDK Lambda, who they actually have I've got to get this right because one of the colleagues from TDK Lambda is here this evening. They actually have the European, Middle East and Asian headquarters in Ilfracombe. They are a world leader in delivering power packs. Now, that's not just a factory, that's actually a high-tech scientific establishment. And we have developed a relationship with them because their staff are from the community, and they also invest in the community, and they want to work with the schools because there are opportunities for employment in the future with them. But there are also other businesses as well. You'll hear from Robert later on much more about the role that we're doing in connection with employment. But our businesses are very important to us. Then, of course, there's the volunteers. There are people who serve this community in many guises who actually do a huge amount of work. Don't get much reward other than the self-satisfaction. They're either helping young people, elderly people, or actually helping the community at large. Then finally, there's our public sector partners. Those partners invest a lot of money in our town. The attitude of Ilfracombe in the past has been, well, we don't get it, Barnstable gets it, or someone else gets it, and that's not true. We actually get a significant investment from our partners. But working with our partners, all part of that, with the town council, actually results in teamwork. And that's the concept of One Ilfracombe. The first rule we believed in relating to setting up One Ilfracombe, how we do things, is actually don't follow the rules as they were. Because to do that, we would just become another public sector, bureaucratic organisation. We have to think differently. Engagement with the community is important, but also the way in which we look at services being delivered in our town, and our partners are working hard for the benefit of Ilfracombe. There are already those that actually are breaking the rules. And they don't listen to rules. That bird really has got attitude. I like it. So one of the rules that we broke was that we would create a not-for-profit company that would actually be owned by the major partners working in our town, sat equally around the table, able to influence what is going on in investment in the town. We also have the associate membership, as many of you have seen earlier on, will be with the police, the Job Centre Plus, and that's Department of Works and Pensions. They're a major investor in our town. They invest over £30 million a year in Ilfracombe, Department of Works and Pensions. And then North End Hospital Acute Trust is very much involved with us, and they are key to our future. We all know we've got lots of challenges, and we've got to protect ourselves as a community. Sorry, hang on. Sorry. Now I'm trying to explain to you a little bit about what Ilfracombe is about. But this was put together by a volunteer, and it explains in just over 4 minutes really what One Ilfracombe is about.
Never let your side waiting till the time is right to lift your head above the night. 'Cause I'm burning all the time, out of sight and out of mind, waiting for the perfect sign. I got hope, and you got strength, and we don't need to fill the hours in the day. I think we know we will resent. It's just a wall, nothing more. And the higher that you climb, you find the air is more refined, shows you all. When I is waiting line, fighting all the time, 'cause they say you must hold the line. I think you're doing fine. 'Cause I got hope, and you got time, and we just need to see the hours in the hearts to realize what's in our minds. 'Cause there's a wall standing tall. And I never got to find the air of all the fire shows us all. But then now this waiting time, fighting all the time, and they say you must hold the line. I think you're doing fine. I think you're doing fine.
There we are, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like a person to stand up now, Joe Beach. Thank you. Joe created that all around the court with some encouragement from the team. She went and spoke to the team, and I've been trying to explain for 2.5 years what Ilfracombe is about. And she did it in just over 4 minutes. Now, I either waffle a lot or I don't get it, but she really got it first time. And also, we've got to thank Sam as well for writing the lyrics. We did actually have a song that was by a famous artist, but we suddenly realised that it would cost us a lot of money in performing rights if we tried to use it. So Sam came up with his own song, which actually fits very well. I hope that gives you some idea of what One Ilfracombe is about. It's not just about a limited company, it's about everybody working in this town together. Everyone in this room has a role to play. Many of us just go about our daily lives and go to work and go home, but they are entitled to some support and help and have a voice. And that's what One Ilfracombe is delivering. And of course, we have to help those in need. That is absolutely key. So the services that are delivered in our town are important as well. So, what's one Ilfracombe doing? You're going to hear very little from me now. Help. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. I think you've seen that one. How long have we gone from that then? Michelle! Trust me with technology. We've been rehearsing this for hours, as you can tell. Thank you. We're concentrating on three main themes at the moment, and you'll hear more about those at the moment. I'll just give you a quick overview. Health and well-being. That's very, very important to us in our town. It's important to everybody, because it actually, if you're feeling good, you're looked after, then it improves how you're feeling about yourself, self-esteem, and also economic activity as well. Our place is important. The town, how it looks and how it's going to change, and we've got to help shape its future for the needs of the 21st century. You will know that the Town Council recently, as part of this process, purchased the old bus station. It was a site that was derelict for 10 years in the heart of our tourist area. And the Town Council recognised it was very, very important to secure that piece of real estate for the town. And it came up with a plan and created a car park there. Not the most exciting thing, you might think, but actually it serves a purpose for now. It gives the community control of this central asset. And finally, there's employment. And you'll be hearing about that next. So that's the three strands of what One Ilfracombe is looking at this time, which is rather a lot. So, first of all, I meant to say this at the beginning, I really am grateful to you all on behalf of the whole of the One Ilfracombe team for you turning out this evening to listen to what we have to say, and hopefully you'll get involved. Thank you very much.
And now I'd like to introduce Robert Zarovach, who is the chair of Q Business, but also is the chair of our town team as well, our Ilfracombe Works team. So just check your presentations over there.
Good evening, I'm Robert Zarovach, and tonight I'd like to sing for you. No. Yeah. I'm chair of Q Business and also the Ilfracombe Works team. I'd just like to actually take a little journey back 3 years, because I stood up at a public meeting then when there was discussions around establishing a business forum for Q, Martin, Ilfracombe and Willicombe. And before I knew it, I'd been elected chairman. So along with our fellow directors, the late and sadly Miss Tim Cox, Sarah Locke, Claire Flint and Paul Yantley, we created Q Business, and we didn't want to just create a traditional cosy chamber of commerce that had nice lunches. We wanted an organisation that was active, that campaigned, that lobbied, and was radical. And I hope we've done that, actually. And I just want to go through a few of the things we've done. In terms of campaigning and lobbying, we go to consultations regionally. There are various organisations that want to consult with business, want to find out what business needs. So we go to Bridgewater and Exeter for the heart of the Southwest LEP, over to Cadsdown for the North Devon Plus, and we make sure that our town's name is mentioned and that we say, we are here, you need to remember us, this is what we want. And that's given us a direct line to BT's Southwest Regional Director, who we've been hassling for superfast broadband. And according to the Connecting Devon Somerset map, that should be here in Ilfracombe in June. So, I don't know how much of a part we played in it, but we certainly didn't let them forget about us. Training and support. there's a lot of national and regional programs, but they're not always suitable for our communities. So again, we got together in Trimstone Manor and consulted with local businesses, and we put together a program of training support, workshops and mentoring. Tim Cox got the funding for it. And you know, it was a good idea because North Devon Plus were at the meeting and they actually said, this is a good idea, we're going to copy it for our program. So, where Ilfracombe leads, North Devon follows. We put on our first business exhibition and conference this year, open for business at the Landmark. We really had no idea what sort of reception it would get. We had probably the best lineup of business speakers you'll hear in North Devon this year. Paul Coles from BT, Tim Jones from the South West LEP, Jeff Burge from TDK Lambda, and a representative from Dalinhurst Town Planning Consultancy. Response was, when are you going to do it again next year? And we booked the date for March. One of the other things is we committed to doing regular events every month that businesses can meet at, to network, to share problems, get advice. It's on the first Wednesday of the month, which is today. So I should be addressing business, but I'm not. I'm addressing you. Although we do have some members here, I'm glad to say. So actually I've made a point of checking and booking our event for the 6th of May 2015. Because we made that commitment, and I think once you make a commitment, you ought to stick to it, and it doesn't matter whether it's 3 years later. So where does that put us in terms of One Ilfracombe and Ilfracombe Works? Well, from what Ron was saying, I think the fact is that it mirrors our approach entirely, so we were delighted to be invited along as part of One Ilfracombe because we support the approach 100%. It is the way to work. It is radical, yes. And spot the trend, I became chairman. What should we do? Young people's employment is a big issue, and it's the issue we decided to tackle. Not the easiest one by any means. It's something actually that will take years for us to make a real difference. There is an immediate problem now, but it's business, education, agencies have been working separately for years, and we've got to change that. Business has got to work with education, with councils, with the agencies, and we've got to work with children from the age of 9 or so, because children don't, when students turn 16, they don't suddenly turn from students into perfectly formed employees. And businesses know this to their cost. So we've got to introduce them to the concept of business, raise their aspirations, show them choices, give them work experience, so they can find out what is out there, what they like, what they don't like. So by the time they reach 16, they will have a good idea of, do they want to go into further education, do they want to go into an apprenticeship, or what have you. But they will be able to have an informed opinion on that. We've got 5 projects at the moment. Wrong. Pathways to Work, which is working with young people between the age of 16 and 24, finding it difficult getting to work. We've placed 10 people so far, and 10 more are planned. It's a good thing that youth unemployment is actually dropping out. Careers in care. Care is a very important sector, and there's going to be an increasing need for skilled people. So it's making sure that young people are aware of the choices of the training and what they need to go into that industry. Education to Work. We've been working with the Ilfracombe Academy. Last year we put on an event, You're Hired, where 15 businesses came up. We presented workshops on employability, the job application process, how to dress when you go for an interview, how to put together a CV, how you can use your experience, your hobbies, how relevant they are to employers. And because it was presented by businesses, we made it more relevant and active. And we're doing it again on the 20th of June, so how many employers do we have here who are available for that morning, who can help present some workshops? Please go and sign up after this session. Okay. We're also running a cadetship program with the emergency services. Again, a 10-week program for 13 to 14-year-olds to develop teamwork, skills, raise aspirations. And young advisors. Why should people always be told what's good for them? Ask everyone, including young people, because it's their future actually, it's going to affect them. So what are we doing right? What should we do? What do they want us to do? They might have some much better ideas than we have, because we're old. So can we go to the next one? What we really need is for businesses to take responsibility, because it is in businesses' interest to have a skilled workforce. We have Paul and TDK Landa, who and other manufacturing companies who employ 800, 900 people in the town. UK manufacturing is creating jobs at a rate of 10,000 a month. Soon we will be at a stage where there aren't the skilled people that they need, and we will go from having a problem where there are no vacancies to there are vacancies that we cannot fill. So we really need to find out what is needed and to interest young people in the opportunities that are there, and there's some very good ones. I understand that TDK Landa have just announced a considerable investment in their plant, which will increase their R&D floor by 41%. Yes. So there are lots of things happening. And I just want to finish, and I do this on every talk I give on Ilfracombe and the economy, about perception, which I personally believe is the most important issue affecting Ilfracombe's economy. We have not been a very confident town for decades, but there are so many good things happening. There is a lot to feel confident about, but we need to project that confidence, and we need to change the perception that we have of our town, of people in North Devon and beyond. And that is very, very important. Why should we be confident? Well, TDK Landa's investment, Wetherspoon's £3.5 million investment, developments like the Pier Tavern, a fantastic location, which is going to become a great venue. Beach Cove Holiday Park at Heel, where there's going to be 26 luxury wooden cabins being installed and opening by the summer. We're getting super fast broadband, which is probably the most important infrastructure development. We've got a high street of independent retailers that most towns in this country would actually die for. And we've got an amazing natural beauty. What potential have we got there? I mean, actually, there's no real excuse we can have for not succeeding. So, we need to have confidence and to project that confidence, because we're open for business. Thank you very much.
And also today we've got a couple of our young advisors here in the audience this evening, but can you raise your hands? So three of them in fact was it, of our young advisors, so really pleased to have them on board, and they really are going to be advising us. It's not just sitting there listening to what we have to say. So now I'd like to introduce Inspector Roger Bartlett, who is, as you've seen on our board, as an associate director, but also chairs our town team.
Evening all. I was hoping I was going to get me a glamorous assistant to look after me tonight, but it looks like I've got the mouse myself, so it could all go pear-shaped in that respect. Let's go back a bit. Hang on, I can use this one here. There we go. Look. Okay. Yes, we're there. That's enough. Good. I'm really pleased I've come. Great to see you all here, first of all. Thank you so much for giving up your time to come. So I'm Roger Bartlett, and I cover not just Ilfracombe, but a wider area, including Linton, Braunton, South Malton. So a big patch, but I'm really excited to be involved in the work that's going on in Ilfracombe. I'm just going to share a little bit about the specific area that we've really got involved in as the police team. But I'm really glad that I came tonight already, because those kids have got great with their songs, haven't they? And I think from their songs, I've picked up a motto for the town team. They were singing from Oliver, Consider Yourself, and they said, there isn't a lot to spare, who cares? Whatever we got, we share. I thought it was quite apt for the town team, because that's exactly what we're about. The driver for the work that we're doing is that there isn't a lot to spare. We have not got a lot of resources. We've seen massive cutbacks. But at the beginning of this bit of work that we were involved in 12 months ago, we decided to say, okay, as a town centre, how can we improve the environment with less? You know, we've got less money to spend. How can we do that? And we decided to think about the number of the people, the agencies that are already working in the town, and their objective being to improve the town centre, to make it cleaner, to make it safer, to make it more vibrant. I joined the police to make our community safer, you know, and there are other people doing other jobs that are investing in their communities to make them better places. Ilfracombe has always had a fantastic reputation for partnership working, you know, working between the partners to achieve different things, which has been great. But we sensed from the outset that actually, rather than just doing more stuff, that we could maybe start to work in a completely different way. So we started to look at this, and we discovered that amongst all the agencies, particularly public agencies, the police, the fire, the South West Ambulance Service, the Town Council, North Devon Council, with a street cleaning team, with the enforcement officers, with the harbour master, there was a huge amount of people already working in this town. And we felt there was an opportunity to work better together, to pool our resources together, and to be visible as a team working within the town. Now, one thing we couldn't, we recognised we could never achieve, is we couldn't go to the district council and give us more time, send all your people over here to make the town of Ilfracombe better, just because when Ilfracombe is working, they have a huge amount of demands elsewhere. So this was really about finding a way that when people were working in the town, they worked better, they worked more effectively together. And we came up with this idea that actually we could be a visible team in the town working together. And if you go to the stall at the back, you'll see that actually some of the branding stuff that we've got on there, armbands, baseball caps or fleeces, you should start to now be seeing within the town centre people wearing these outfits or these garments of clothing. And at this present time, there are 28 members of this team. They're not all on duty all the time every day, but when they are working in the town, we are working as a team. We are using radios. And as you've already heard, if you were here early enough, those radios were very kindly purchased for us by the criminals that work in Devon and Cornwall. The criminals aren't very good because they get caught. And but there is a Proceeds of Crime Act fund, £5,000, which purchased a number of radios, including the antenna and the repeater, which means that when these individuals come into the town on a daily basis, they come on the radio, they say, I'm here for the day, who else is working in the town? And they'll find there's a street cleaner team working, they'll find there's a PCSO working, they'll find that the fire service are working. And we start to look as we go around our daily business, not just thinking about the stuff that we normally do in the old days, just keep to what we do. This is about looking for things that are going to impact on the town, that normally in the past we've never dealt with. But actually, we're going to deal with it now. As a team, we're going to deal with it. So it's about sharing resources. The police as well as police officers. We've got vehicles, we've got vans, and actually if there's something within the town centre that is causing a problem, is a danger, then if there is no other vehicle to do it, I've got no issue with the van being used to pick this bit of kit up and move it out of the way, to get it out of the way, for the good of the town. And that's simply what the basis is, the principle is behind the work that we're doing. It's about dealing, oh, excuse me, did I do that? That was quite, just like magic really, wasn't it? Hang on a minute, let's go back. The team not only is branded and able to be visible to the town with the radio, we've got other bits of kit as well, and our aim is to have maps, to have simple things like fouling bags, so that people that have got a dog can be asked, excuse me, have you got a bag? Because actually, we've all got a collective responsibility to keep the town centre clean and tidy. There's a bag for you. If you haven't, then please make sure you've got one next time. That's the type of environment we want to instill, where people take responsibility. Now, some months ago, you will know that the fire station lost its full-time status and became a retained station, which is really disappointing as far as the coverage within the town is concerned. However, it's been fantastic, the response of the fire service to say, okay, this is a really difficult message for the community. How can we now use the resources that we have got within this town for the benefit of the town? And they have given to us, as the town team, the fire station as a resource for the community to use. We use it as our town team base. We have street cleaners that will be clocking on and clocking off there. We've got the street sweep. I know there's a technical name for this bit of kit, which is the street sweeping vehicle that they've got. It's now part, rather than having to pick it up from Barnstable every single day, it's now parked at the fire station. So that's saving time, money and meaning. There'll be more time devoted to working with Ilfracombe, which is really fantastic. So the fire station and the fire crew have been very supportive of the work we're trying to do. What are the issues that we're covering? It's a fantastic place to live in Ilfracombe. But there's always more we can do, isn't there? And in trying to make the town better, we're dealing with fly tipping, parking problems, broken lights and paving. You can see them all, they're witnessing crime. The fact that we've got a team of potentially 20 to 28, in fact I've only had a conversation today with the land train team. There's 3 of those members that will be operating the land train. Eyes and ears on the street, spotting things in the street that need dealing with. We want them as part of the team, fantastic. And we've got a new dog warden that's just recently been appointed. We're having discussions about how they can be involved as well. And they will be our eyes and our ears, seeing issues and actually dealing with them. If they're simple enough, deal with them. If they can't deal with them, to at least report them straight away so that another member of the team can come and deal with it. And that's exactly what we've seen happening. We've seen rubbish, alleyways full of rubbish that the fire brigade have said this is a fire hazard and needs to be dealt with, and within less than an hour the street cleaning team have come down with their lorry and they've cleared it away and it's gone. Now that for me is a better service for the public, and actually it's a cheaper service as well, so everyone wins in that respect. What does success look like? This is what we're trying to achieve for the community of Ilfracombe. A better service for the public, as I've shared, higher levels of satisfaction. That all of us, if someone approaches a member of the town team with an issue, that issue will be dealt with. They won't be told, do you know what, you need to go down the road and report it somewhere else. Actually, dealt with there, will be reported there, and will be sorted as quickly as possible. So great, getting issues sorted quickly, efficiently, and that will provide a better town environment where eventually, in the long term, we'll have fewer complaints about the state of the town. And I've already been talking to people who are saying, it does look cleaner than last year, actually, and there are specific examples being shared. And I know Rodney, who represents North Devon Council, and his team of street cleaners have been fantastic in the way that they've applied themselves. So we want to be part of this. We really want to be part of the team. The way they've responded to issues that have cropped up has been terrific. So fewer complaints, and a great, I guess the overarching desire is for people to have a greater sense of pride in the town, where actually everyone does their bit. But we don't pass by stuff that will be ignored otherwise, but there are going to be 3 phases to this work. The first phase is about the public services working together. The second phase is about bringing in volunteers like school children and others, and as well as businesses like the licensees, of an evening, we've already started to use the radios of a Saturday evening with the street pastors so that we're in communication, dealing with individuals that might be causing a problem so we can nip it in the bud early. So that's our desire, that's what we would love to see. And we've been going now for 38 days. Someone type this up, done their calculations. Is that right? We've got 38 days. We started at the beginning of April. We had a bit of a trial beforehand. And we are seeing these daily interactions between services leading to quick resolution to the issues that we've got. Problems being solved in minutes rather than days, without problems being solved by joint working. Let me give you a couple of examples. Rogue Trader Week was 2 weeks ago. So as a result, the town team came together and said, what can we do? You know, there's a police message here, vulnerable people being preyed upon as far as road traders coming to their doors. The fire brigade said, these are the same people we need to have contact with about fire safety. So together collectively, the team went and visited 100 premises of vulnerable people, not only to give them advice about road traders, but also to do a fire examination and fire safety examination to make sure people had the fire alarms and the smoke detectors in their home. Very simple. I'm really pleased to tell you that the legal high shop has shut down. And I said that was going to be one of my aims, and I'm delighted that that's happened. That isn't without the efforts that have been put in, not just by the police, but the fire brigade, who, when we conducted a warrant at the premises, were able to come in and do their business behind. It was a concerted effort by everyone. The pressure has been exerted, and we hope it doesn't come back. You know, that's our desire. Cost and efficiency savings, as I've already shared, 1 or 2 examples have already been made. And next week, we have got a spring clean for the town, and the town team will be working collectively on different projects. I hope you've seen the details of that. If you've not, please speak to Janet at the back, who will be Janet and Sarah, both here. There are different projects going on through the week. We don't want this just to be the town team. We want this to be everyone collectively making a contribution, even if it's just tidying outside your home rather than joining one of the bigger projects. But this is about collectively we can make a real difference. And we're here for the long term. This is a pilot. This is about a new way of working that is here to stay, and we want you all to be involved. So as time goes forward, we're not going to achieve everything straight away. Slowly. We've done phase 1. We'll now be looking at ways in which we can encourage the community to be more involved in the work that we're doing within the town. I hope that gives you an idea. Thank you.
And now I'd like to introduce Kerry Turton, who is the manager of the manager of Pinehurst Care Home, but also works tirelessly, I have to say, as a volunteer on our Living Well team, particularly with our dementia friendly project.
Can someone work that contraption for me? Okay, so I am Kerry Turton. I work as a manager of Pinehurst Care Home in Ilfracombe, mainly with dementia clients, and I've been in the care field for a good 16 years now. My main aim is obviously to make sure that people are well looked after and they're safe, but I also felt that I needed to be part of the project because Ilfracombe is a predominantly older area, and with people living longer these days, people are becoming more and more socially isolated. So, as part of the Living Well programme, our aim is to have better health, economic prosperity and high quality living for Ilfracombe residents. And our main objectives are to increase life expectancy and promote independence in older age, with ensuring that we have healthy lifestyle choices and enhancing the sense of community spirit within everybody. And we hope to gain economic prosperity and better services. Dementia Friendly Ilfracombe, this is my project that I'm working on. Our objective is to create a dementia friendly community, reduce social isolation and support independence in older age, and again enhancing the community spirit. So far in 1 year we have achieved 13 free dementia awareness training courses, and it is offered to the whole of the community. We do have dates on offer, so if you want to be involved, please see us afterwards and we can give you some dates. Our main issue is that people that are diagnosed with dementia aren't diagnosed early enough, so we want to promote early diagnosis and get the support and the help for not only the person themselves but for their carers and their families. We want to be able to ensure that our services are local with the help of the GPs and the referral process with the mental health team at the hospital. So far we have trained 82 people. We hope to train more, so please come along and have one of our training sessions. Anybody here that's already been to one of our training sessions can give you feedback if need be. We are heavily involved with our local services, community support and guidance, which is now being identified and published with our leaflets, and we hope to put our signposting and support up on the hub. We have recently this week registered with the Alzheimer's Society as a dementia-friendly community, and we hope that that will be done within the next year, and so we'll have little badges and leaflets that we can give out to local shops. Make them dementia-friendly so they can spot the signs and the symptoms and ask for help if needed, whether it be via the GP surgery, with the Town Council, with One Ilfracombe, and also with the Alzheimer's Society. The healthy lifestyles, the objectives there was to promote healthy lifestyle choices, prevent more illnesses and get people more help, again promote economic prosperity and have better services. So far the achievements this year have been that a survey was done for local community opinion. We have identified and publicised local services and activities and support available within the Ilfracombe area. We have acted as a single point of contact in the community for information for the support and services and activities. If I've got any of this wrong, I do apologise. Social prescribing. This is being done as a project at the moment, and what we're hoping to achieve is that instead of relying on medical help with pills and tablets and all sorts of different things, we hope to be able to refer off to get people access to support for debt. Anybody that's lonely, suffering from depression, we can refer off for activities to help them, get a befriending scheme up and running, and with that we're hoping to reduce illnesses and hospital stays, and again preventing money being spent on unnecessary hospital admissions and reducing the anti-socialisation. We're hoping to become more community aware, increase community spirit and work together as a team and as a community. Again, having better services and economic prosperity. Community Health Watch is one of our new projects which isn't up and running just yet. We're getting there slowly, but our main aim is to create an Ilfracombe village so that we can all be as one. We can all look out for each other and help each other when we need it. Again, reduce loneliness and social isolation, because there's a lot of people out there that don't have family and don't have friends, so helping those to have befriending schemes, and with our local volunteers helping them to reach out to those that aren't able to get out of their houses. Again, preventing people being lonely, helping them to come out to join in with any local sports club, any other clubs like Musical Memories, any cafes that can come out and help people. Again, just mixing people up and making sure that they're not alone. And independence in older age. We want to increase that with people living older than 90 plus these days. We need to ensure that our elder generation have the help and support that they need.
So before we move into the second part of the evening, which is where you can give us your feedback on what happens in Ilfracombe, did you have any questions? We're opening it up really. Did any questions for any of the speakers that have happened so far, or any of the board of directors that are here? If you put your hand